let me tell you what the Tinubu did to me. And that was part of why even Buhari never wanted him to be president.
Hey, my great people. Hey, you don't cast. So finally, the truth is out. The truth is out. The reason why Buhari never wanted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria, he don't show. This man, when they talk, Galadima, Buba Galadima, is a very good friend, a very close friend to President Muhammad Buhari. He don't scatter table. The reason why President Muhammad Buhari never wanted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to, be the president of Nigeria. He gives reasons, okay? And the relationship between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Muhammad Buhari currently, Nigerians, this one will shock you. A few weeks ago, I saw one news. APC governors, they were begging President Muhammad Buhari, make him not go join PDP. Make him not go join Atiku Abubakar and other northerners, pursue President Bola Tinubu come off for office. Now, this one shock. Let's watch it together. I'll be right back.
The last.
That's President Tinubu asked you to come and work with him, and you said
that
no.
Me as his friend, he can't be on one side and me on another side. I said no, because, and let me tell you what the Tinubu did to me. In the APC constitution, the secretaries of the party's margin should be members of the BOT and members of the National Caucus.
Of the legacy party.
Legacy party.
That is CPC, ACN, and ANPP.
Yes, because of institutional memory. So when Buhari saw me, he said he thought he doesn't need to see me anywhere. So he now caused a subcommittee to be formed. A subcommittee to be formed to reinvigorate the constitution. And he appointed President Bola Tinubu as the chairman of that committee. And suddenly, the president there, national leader then, President Bola Tinubu, saw into what Buhari was trying to do. And as I speak to you, the committee has not sat, he has not submitted any report, and the constitution has not been amended. And that was part of why even Buhari never wanted him to be president, because he refused to take me out of the. And this is why, for the last 10, 12 years, the board of trustees of the APC had not sat. Has not sat. And the National Caucus itself has sat only 2 or 3 times during Buhari, because they never wanted to see me. That's why I left. So can I go back to the APC? I'm Nigerian judiciary that I can lose
that President Buhari didn't want Tinubu to succeed him.
Of course. Is there anybody who doesn't know? Tinubu himself knows. Because he's been magnanimous and a statesman, he doesn't want to say his mind. If you can't say that one, me,
you don't have anything to lose if you say it.
Yes.
There you have it. You just heard from no other than Alhaji Buba Galadima. Well, I must say this, that Buba Galadima was one of the founding fathers of APC. When APC was merging with ACN and the CPC at that time, Buba Galadima was one of the people. And Buba Galadima is a long-term friend of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you know Buba Galadima very well, you will know that he was one of the people that, despite being Buhari's friend, he was one of the people that was criticizing Buhari heavily when he was the president. You may want to argue that perhaps he was criticizing Buhari because Buhari perhaps didn't give him opportunity to kind of like flex muscle the way he would have loved in his government. But the truth is that what Buba Galadima has been saying is not the wrong thing. It is nothing other than the truth about the person of Buhari and his government. And look for somebody that knows Buhari very well then I will tell you that the person to look out for is Buba Galadima. Now, the fact is that Buhari never liked Tinubu. The fact speaks for itself. It is obvious. Buhari never liked the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I have said it repeatedly, and that is why some of my ardent viewers will recall that I was angry with Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he was shielding the political associate of Muhammadu Buhari when they were in governance, and they perpetrated a lot of corruption. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to power and he has no money to run his government, rather than to hold these people accountable, what did Bola Ahmed Tinubu do? He passed the burden to Nigerians by increasing the price of petroleum products, ending subsidy, without tackling the fraud that was perpetrated by Buhari and his people, allegedly in the petroleum sector, in the oil and gas sector. So if you look at it, Tinubu has been covering Muhammadu Buhari, but then what has he gotten in return? The Buhari boys have failed to kind of like align with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I will tell you the reason why in a moment. You see, one thing that we need to kind of like look at very well is that if you look at it, Buhari has a cause to not support Tinubu like never before. And I'll give you the reason why. You see, when Buhari was president, he appointed Tinubu's men. And when Tinubu became president, Tinubu has not appointed Buhari's men. Buhari appointed Tinubu's men, but Tinubu has not appointed Buhari's men. And I'll give you instances to that, but I think I need to state the fact that Buhari used Tinubu, and also Tinubu used Buhari. Both of them, they are users, in the sense that Buhari couldn't have become president without Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has the northern acceptance, but he didn't have that much followership in the south. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having conquered the southwest politically, Muhammadu Buhari decided to align with him. So in that regard, Bola Ahmed Tinubu made sure that even Buhari won the ticket against money bags like Atiku Abubakar, Rabiu Kwakwanso. So Muhammadu Buhari benefited from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Tinubu also used Buhari because Tinubu knows that if there is no merger and alliance to form a strong party, if he remains a kind of like Yoruba champion, he cannot be the president. So he brought Muhammadu Buhari, despite knowing that he is nepotistic, despite knowing that he has, tendencies to abuse power, despite knowing that the same Buhari sacked a military government, despite knowing that the Buhari regime ended the Lagos Rail project some years ago that could have developed Lagos State. He brought him for his own selfish interest. So in that regard, Tinubu himself was using Muhammadu Buhari. So that's why I said both of them are users. Now back to the point where I said Buhari appointed Tinubu's men. Buhari appointed Tinubu's men because if you look at it, he appointed Fayemi, he appointed Aregbesola, he made Oshibajo his vice as recommended by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, on the flip side, Tinubu did not give Buhari that opportunity. It wasn't Buhari that recommended Kashim Shettima to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. One would have thought that Tinubu would have reciprocated the gesture that Buhari extended to him by allowing Buhari also to nominate the vice president. Tinubu did not act in that manner. Now, Tinubu did not appoint key Buhari boys into his cabinet. How many Buhari boys have you seen that Tinubu has appointed? Like a strong, staunch loyalist of Muhammadu Buhari. So Tinubu has decided to go solo, despite the fact that Muhammadu Buhari gave him he gave his boys chance in his government. But the problem is that Muhammadu Buhari did not allow Tinubu to lord over him. He gave his boys opportunity, but Muhammadu Buhari was still in charge. What Muhammadu Buhari prevented was an instance whereby Tinubu will now be lording over him as president, because he knows Tinubu likes to lord over people. Now, the Buhari boys are angry because they have been rendered irrelevant. That is what is wrong with the Buhari boys. If they have been given opportunity, all this was that, the ex-ministers under Buhari, El Rufai, that they are cross-carpeting to the Social Democratic Party, SDP. It is because Tinubu did not give them the chance. If Tinubu had played ball, if Tinubu, have given them the opportunity to have a say in his government, most of them would not decamp. Don't trust the hypocrisy of of Nigerian politicians. They only speak out when they have been sidelined. And what I see is that now, you will recall that I made a video recently, and this statement of Buba Galadima has affirmed that Buhari, Tinubu wants to repeat Buhari's script via the APC governor's visit. What do I mean by that? Now, Buhari didn't give Tinubu chance in his government. When Buhari wanted to contest for second term, he sent people to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite the fact that Buhari did not give Tinubu the opportunity to flex muscle in his government. Tinubu supported him. Now, Tinubu is seeking the same favor. Now, look, I've not given you opportunity to flex muscle in my government, but support me too. And that is the reason for the APC Salah visit that the APC governors were apparently telling, whereby the APC governors were not saying the truth. That they were saying, oh, they went to pay on Salah, whereby the media later reported that they went to beg Buhari, to beg his former ministers not to decamp to the SDP so that the party would not be weakened ahead of the 2027 presidential election. But I think Buhari and Tinubu likes a situation that I allowed you, allow me. I not tackle you when you do your presidency. No tackle me. That's why the fact that you don't give me chance, I support you. You too support me. That is the game that is going on. And at the end of the day, if Tinubu eventually wins the second term, definitely he may come. He may come for Muhammadu Buhari. And the question is, if Muhammadu Buhari fails to support him, then Tinubu can decide to be going for the boys of Muhammadu Buhari that have committed one atrocities or the other, and they have decided to overlook them. So 2027, either way you look at it, whether there's a merger or not, it will be interesting, because even within the fold of the APC, particularly the CPC extraction, there are issues that are shaping up that will be a strong determinant for who gets what, when, and how in 2027.
Alright guys, thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. I told you there's going to be a lot of shutdown in 2023, in 2027 I meant to say. From now to 2027, we're going to see different things happening, okay, in Nigerian political system. Oh, so guys, I'm dropping it here. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. Please like. Okay, subscribe to this channel if this is your first time of coming across our video. Thank you, and may God bless you. See you next in my next video. Bye for now.